So you have the Bible, turn with me to the Gospel according to St. John, the 16th chapter. Gospel according to St. John, the 16th chapter. Do you have it there? Amen. All right, just put your little pinky there, because I'm going to read from Phillipians chapter 4. And I just want to read verse 8, then I'm coming back. Amen. That's the shred that they got going back there. Amen. Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8 says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Amen. John chapter 16, begin at verse 31, and it says, and Jesus answered them, do ye now believe? Behold, the hour cometh, yea, it is now come, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. For a few minutes, when the bough breaks. When the bough breaks. Nursery rhyme, rockabye baby, treetop. Bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Y'all know the rest of that song. We live in a world that seems to be upside down. A world of turmoil and trouble. A nation that's on the verge of being ripped at its very core. Pastor I had in California, Dr. Marvin C. Hines, the late Dr. Marvin C. Hines, would oftentimes say, in this world, things rarely work out as planned. That's true. And that's true. Amen. But yet in the midst of all of the confusion and strife that we must face, it is good to know that we have a God that's still in charge. Amen. And he shall deliver us from whatever trials and tribulations come upon us. Amen. In the text today, Jesus is on his way to Calvary. Amen. He knows what is ahead. What awaits him in Jerusalem and what he's going to have to face. He knows what Calvary will stand for in just a few days. But listen to what he says to his disciples. He tells them in verse 32, ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and you're going to leave me alone. I'm not worried because I am not alone. Because the Father is with me. What he is preparing them for is a time when things are not going to go well for them. A time when the world is going to oppress them and subject them to humility and going to kill them. And Jesus wants them to understand that God will be with them. Yes, sir. These men that had walked with Jesus and had him as their own companion for these 3 years. And he had been the supplier of all of their needs. But a time was going to come where he won't be with them.
That's right. That's it.
A time was going to come when it seems like they were all by themselves. Provisions that would have been provided by Jesus wouldn't come. But he wanted them to know that the Father would still be with them.
Yes, sir.
Now, he wanted them to know that when the bough breaks, I'm still with you.
Yeah.
Let me examine my subject today. The subject says, when the bough breaks. When being an adverb of time does not stipulate if the bough breaks. Does not say that it might break. But what it lets us know that it is going to break.
That's right.
Yeah. I want you to know that the stability of life that we might have will someday be disrupted.
That's right. Yes, sir. There you go.
We may well have come to a point where we're not worried about things. Yeah, the pandemic has hit, and yes, there's racial injustice, and yes, things are not going on well, so I'm going to sit back and take my relax.
All right. Praise.
But don't get too comfortable. I'm even guilty of that myself. I've told folks in the midst of this pandemic, I said, as long as China don't call in their debt into the United States, I'm not worried because my check gonna come.
All right. Right.
Amen.
Yeah.
On the first of the month,
Yeah.
my check gonna come. On the 4th Wednesday of the month, my check gonna come. So I ain't worried about it, but I have to understand that just because it seems like
Right. Yes, sir.
things are going well, the bough will break.
That's true.
Things won't be as well as they would have been.
That's right.
There are times when we may be going along very well and then stuff happens.
Right.
I tell folks, I don't care how well things might be going, stuff happens.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You might have a pocket full of money today, but one stay in the hospital.
Right. Yes, sir. That's it.
And it's all gone. Yeah, you might have a nice home and you may have the best one on the block, but one match
One way. There you go.
can take it away.
Yes, sir.
But it's good to know, in the midst of all of this, we have a stabilizing force in the hand of God.
Amen.
That will take care of us and that will provide for us. Therefore, he said to his disciples, be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world.
Amen. Well,
He wanted them to know that when trials and tribulation come, they as well as we can have peace in Jesus, because he has already overcome the world.
Amen.
Today I come to tell you that no matter what you're going through, I want you to know that first that Jesus knows about it.
Yes.
And not only does he know about it, he can handle the situation.
Yes, my love.
He cares, and not only does he care, but he's also ready to deliver you.
Yeah.
All we have to do is just wait on him.
Amen.
Wait on his deliverance.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of him and don't get beside yourself.
Yeah.
Just wait on him. Thank you, Isaiah, for Isaiah told us that they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Mount up with wings of eagles.
Yeah.
Run and not weary, and we won't get faint.
Yeah.
Well, I come to tell you that wait on him,
Wait on him.
because the bough will break.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when the stability of life is disrupted.
All right.
When things seem not to be going, wait.
Well.
Just wait on the Lord.
Yes.
And I understand that sometimes waiting on Him
Yeah.
is very hard. It seems like it's difficult. That it's beyond our control to wait patiently on Him. But Paul, writing to the church at Philippi, wanted to give them some encouragement. Yeah, the church at Philippi had hit a rough spot. They had some disruption in the church. First, let me tell you about this church. This church at Philippi was started by a group of women, a jailer and his family. Yeah, but the church grew to be Paul's show church. Yeah, he would hold the church at Philippi up. He would set those Philippians. Yeah, they know how to serve God. Those Philippians, they know how to worship God. Those Philippians, they know what it's like to be in service for the Lord. Yeah, but word had come to him, and there was some strife in the church. Two women got beside themselves. Yeah, and Paul writes to them, and he tells them basically that you need to be on one accord, that you need not have any bickering among each other. And then he gets down after telling them how they should love the Lord and how they should wait on him. He tells them finally, after considering everything I've said, finally, this is what I want you to do. He tells them, I want you to think on these things. I tell you, I like to watch TV sometimes, and some of the old westerns, I like them, and what comes to mind is the one that had the Quiet Chain Cane in it. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember that, and what he would do whenever he was cold, he would go to a good place in his mind, and the coldness wouldn't bother him. When he got locked up in jail, he would go to a good place in his mind, and being in jail wouldn't bother him. When he was hungry, he would go to a good place in his mind, and it wouldn't bother him. Well, that's what Paul is saying. Finally, brothers, I need you to think on these things. And he tells them 6 things that I want you to think of. Things that are true. Think on those things. All that is in harmony with the eternal truth of creation. Think on those things. Think on things that are honest, all that is grave, decent, honorable, Christian-like. Think on those things. Think, on things that are just, all that is in harmony with justice and righteousness. Things that are just right. Think on those things. Things that are pure, all that is chaste and holy in the body and in the soul. Think on those things. Think on things that are lovely, all that is pleasing, and tend to be to bless others. Think on those things, all things that are good report. Think on those things that are good for public praise, and things that will bring about what is good in the eyesight of God. He says, think on those things, and when the bow breaks, when trouble comes, when peace escapes you, if you just think on those things, you'll be able to wait on the Lord till he comes and rescue you. Think about the omnipotence of God who rules the entire universe, and be thankful that he is God. I heard the hymnologist say, when waves of affliction overcomes my soul, and sunlight is hidden from view, if you ever, and sometimes, Lord, tempted to think and complain, just think, of his goodness to you. Just think of what the Lord will do for you because in the twinkling of an eye, God can transform mortal man into an infinite immortal being. In the fleeting moment, he can provide water in a desert place. In an instance, he can turn hopeless defeat into a glorious victory. In the swiftness of a passive thought, God can remove seemingly invincible barriers and let you walk right in. In the speaking of a word, he can give life to a lost soul. In the exhaustion of one divine breath, he can blow away the dark clouds of despair. In the minuteness of a transient second, he can bring peace in the midst of war and confuse the wind, the bow breaker. Think of the goodness of God. It doesn't matter what might be happening. Just let the Lord come to your rescue. When the bow breaks, remember, he said, I've already overcome.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what you're going through.
That's it.
It doesn't matter what trick Satan might be trying to trick you with.
That's right.
He's already seen it.
Already.
I want you to know that God has already seen every trick that Satan got in his book. Matter of fact, he opened up the book one day and he said he gonna try Terry with that trick, but I'll be right there to deliver him. I said he's gonna try Sister Moore with this trick, but I've already let him know how to get around it. God knows every trick that Satan has, and when the bow breaks, don't worry about it. Just think on what the Lord can do for you.
Yes, sir.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows
Yes, he does.
what we're going through. Yeah. We're his children.
Yes,
He knows how much we can bear. And when the battle breaks, and just before we fall, he sent angels to bear us up on wings that we won't hurt ourselves. When the enemy comes up against us and draws his bow, God in the movement of his hand move the arrow away from us. When the storm comes in our lives and it seems like the tornado have us, but God just blow from his breath, move the wind away from us. Just think now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's good. Yes, sir. I want you to know that hard times come. Difficult times come. The bow does break. But don't worry. We have someone who is already overcome. And he is able to deliver us from even the vilest of foes. That's the devil. That's Satan. That's who he is. And you know he's so bad that he doesn't know that he's been defeated.
That's true.
But he keeps on trying. And we need to know that he's already been defeated. And we should not allow him to trick us. Just trust in God. Think on these things. I got a little personal testimony, and then Sister Clark gonna sing. But whenever I'm in pain or things not doing well, I go to a good place. Times in my life when things were well, when things were great, when things were good, I go there. And I think on those things. And some way, somehow, the pain just tend to subside.
Yeah, we all right. Yeah, well.
The worry just
Know you. Right.
don't bother me anymore. Why? Because I'm allowing God to minister
Yeah.
unto me. You know, he does know how to take away worry.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He does know how to take away pain.
Yeah.
He does know how to make your enemies
Yeah.
behave. He does know how to make death leave you alone.
Right.
He does know how to deliver you out of the most difficult situation. He does know how to take care of his children. All we need to do is just think on these things.
Yes. That's it.
And know that he will deliver us. What a song to sing. Maybe there's one here, or maybe there's one out in Facebook land. I want you to know is you just trust him. Think on him. Believe in him. Trust him. He will deliver you.
Amen.
No matter what you're going through.
That's it.
The bow breaking is a euphemism to trouble that come in your life. But he's able to deliver you out of all of your trouble. All you need to do is just trust and wait on him.
Yeah.
And he's a God, the old songwriter says, that he's never late. Always on time. Sing, baby.